The man in charge of Woodlands checkpoint.
You go chop passport, right? Cannot laugh, cannot smile.
What do you look out for a suspicious person?
Is there a specific lane that is the fastest?
Those keeping would be slightly faster.
Oh my god! What's the best time to enter JB? This is your daily catch-up. So the next time you're crossing the Causeway, you might want to remember the face of today's guest, Commander Jackson Tan from the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you very much for having me on board.
So just some background on Commander Jackson. He's been with the ICA for 18 years, was previously the Deputy Commander of the Airport Command, and also previously the Commander of Tuas Checkpoint. Now is a man in charge of the border clearance and security operations at Woodlands Checkpoint. So I think as someone who crosses the border quite often, I'll just come clean. I'm Malaysian. But Singapore PR.
He could sense it from a mile away.
He's scared.
I'll be scared. Why is it so jam? No context.
And I do want to put some context into it. The traffic does get heavy at certain parts of the day, especially during the morning peak period when all the Malaysian workers are coming in. Same goes for the evening peak when all the Malaysians are going back. But in a weekday, in between, actually traffic is pretty fine. Especially if you know exactly about what time you want to travel to Malaysia, avoid the peak periods. Actually, the travel can be quite smooth.
So can ICA actually endorse, right? Or maybe yourself, Commander Jackson, the best day and time to cross the border in terms of jam?
Yeah,
like, is it a Tuesday 2 p.m?
The unfortunate thing is car traffic is actually very unpredictable. So if you really want, the tip when it's the best time or best way to cross the Causeway,
From the commander himself.
I really suggest trying out to take bus. During the weekdays.
No. I think the bus also jam.
No, but bus during weekdays.
During weekdays, yeah.
Okay.
So, for example, at this point right now, in the middle of the week, middle of the day, if you were to take bus, actually you will probably clear our checkpoint within 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And the buses comes, every 5-10 minutes. Within 20 minutes, you are across on the other side.
Yeah. Especially because there are two types of buses. There are the ones where you take the same bus after the checkpoint. Then there's those also, right? You get off, then you take whatever other bus that comes.
That's
like
the public bus.
Wait,
I
there's a
prefer that
public
one.
bus?
Yeah,
There's
it
the-
goes all the way inside.
Causeway
where?
Express.
What do you mean from Woodlands?
How much is it?
Same
$5.
price,
Less than that.
No lah, less.
We are clearly very uninformed.
You all are clearly uninformed. Now, if you were to take the public bus, say the SBS or the SMRT buses, from Kranji MRT station, Woodlands MRT station, you take 170, 950, it's the same distance-based charging as per in Singapore.
See, I was correct. You're confused.
Interesting. So it goes into Malaysia and then it turns around and come back in.
Yes.
So it's just like a loop lah.
It's a kind of loop service to Malaysia. In a typical month, the Woodlands bus hall alone clears more travellers than the entire Changi Airport put together.
Like all the terminals.
Yes, Terminal 1, 2, 3, 4 put together, they clear less than the Woodlands bus hall.
Wow.
Just the bus hall.
Which is what's the number?
What's
Like
the number around what? Like
100,000, 200,000.
It's near 4 million travellers.
Oh,
million?
or like in the entire year.
Month.
Oh, an entire month.
month 4 million.
We don't normally see it, but have waiting times actually improved over the last few years?
Waiting time for cars have improved dramatically over the last few months. Primarily because we have introduced the use of QR code. Let's say the four of us travel in one vehicle.
Yeah.
Instead of handing my officer 4 passports, scan that one QR code for the 4 of us, our officer will verify our identity and then off we go.
But you still have to carry your passport lah.
Yes,
You need to
do.
clear the other side, right? The customs.
Lama, it's 2 checkpoints ma. Okay.
Okay, I got a question. It's not important. Maybe really got answer, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You just try it.
Is there a specific lane that is the fastest?
So over time, actually all the lanes will the speed will even out.
But
People like to keep right. They like to take the viaduct up. Yeah, but
Okay.
most days, those keeping left would be slightly faster.
Oh my god!
we will censor the answer. so he's revealing, but they don't know. Only we know.
Wow.
And coming back.
Coming back generally is pretty even, but maybe keep right lah.
Nice. Okay, ask the right questions, guys. Ask the right
right.
questions. Then, so is your office also at the checkpoint?
Yes, I go to Woodlands checkpoint every day.
Wow.
Are you like patrolling? Are you in a room? Are you like in a command center?
I have an office, a normal, very normal office setup.
The desk lah.
That's everything. It's pretty normal. I'm situated right next to our integrated ops center. So over there, we have CCTVs and eyes all over the checkpoint.
What do you look out for a suspicious person? Asking for a friend, not myself.
He's sweating.
Take out the bling. Take out the bling.
There are a few layers to this. So first off, at the front line, we look out for, say, your behavior, your attire, your belongings. All of this information should form together to form a cohesive picture, a coherent story.
What is an example of different? Like if I wear 2 caps.
Suspicious.
I will ask you
Okay, don't wear 2 caps.
I remember watching this video once, and I think it was like a TSA officer in America, and he said the easiest way to spot someone who's suspicious is that you're not looking for them, they're looking for you. They're actually looking out for officers and going like, oh, shit.
That's very philosophical. Yeah.
This is very scary, right? Because my mom taught me when I was young.
Yeah.
But she said every time you go chop passport, right, cannot laugh, cannot smile. You better be serious. So the last time also, like just 2 weeks ago, I was in a car with my friends, right? So we were driving towards the gantry already. Then we were like, okay, guys, don't laugh. You know how rowdy we get, right? Then we're like, who said cannot laugh? Why must? Wait, but for real though, do we?
It's better not to laugh.
Can we laugh when we chop passport or shouldn't?
We'll make a guess.
I'm damn scared. Like, you know, the officers behind always very serious. Okay, next. Who's this?
One of wisdoms that your mother might have about not laughing is because we do need to do a face-to-face check. We need to make sure it is you carrying the correct passport. And
If not got jam for a checkpoint, it's got you lah. You keep laughing and like, hey, this photo don't look like you. Then
But
jam.
you don't wait quietly with your friends on what? Correct.
well, it does help speed up your clearance because sometimes
Okay.
our officers' experience is when they call your name, maybe inside the car is too rowdy, the person cannot hear, and then we have to look out for where is this particular passenger.
I see,
So
I
it does
see.
help speed up your clearance. So maybe there's some truth in your mother's wisdom.
No. You mentioned that like if there's anyone suspicious, right, you pull them aside just for questioning. You know, it's just normal. Yeah. What are some questions that you ask during like these kind of interrogations or questioning?
And what is the right answer?
asking a friend.
That is easier to answer. The right answer is always the truth.
Okay.
Right. But as to what are the questions, it really differs person to person. Yeah.
But are there like you know, I'm sure it's not, but we always imagine like hotline, right? Then they got script one, so it's the scenarios. Okay, then we follow scenario A. Then
Isn't it usually like why are you visiting? And then like where are you staying? That kind of thing, right?
From our experience, such questions always lead to expected answers. So if you are a suspicious person, say maybe I draw back from my experience at airports.
Yeah.
You get visitors who are intending to come here and work illegally, for example. So they are trained to answer your questions. Why are you here? I'm here to visit my boyfriend. Where are you going to stay? Or I'm going to stay at his house. His address is this. So once in a while, we'll throw in unexpected questions to throw them off.
like what?
Example,
Yeah,
example.
yeah, yeah.
They need to know.
One example. You say you are staying in your boyfriend's house. Or you've been there before? Oh, yes. What color is his couch?
Even I wouldn't know.
Now, right, all the training centers now, right? You just added the
We'll ask about color or other things.
So like in your own personal like experience, were there like people just don't like stunned, like don't know how to answer?
Oh yes, definitely. They answer something and then we say, oh, we're going to verify with your boyfriend, and then they started changing the answers. And that's where your antennas all go up. Oh, there's something really wrong.
I feel stressed just hearing about this situation. Because I feel like even if I'm innocent, right, if you start to ask me questions, I don't know, is it like, oh my god, am I guilty of something? Walao.
You ask me now, right? Like, what is the color of my wife's couch? Like in
I
her
don't know.
house, right?
I
my
don't
parents'
know.
house? I really don't know what color.
I don't know.
But I guess if you naturally just go, I don't know. Like, I guess that's a good answer as opposed to blue, orange.
Yeah, definitely. That's why the best answer is always the truth.
I don't know.
Speaking of like, so it's not just like suspicious people just like trying to come in to like obviously work illegally or anything, but there's also like people trying to smuggle things. What are some like funny or like common things that people like try to smuggle?
I'm pretty sure you all will have read, cigarettes, vapes,
Animals.
drugs. Animals, yes. We have been seeing quite a number of cases of syndicates trying to smuggle animals. So most of them get sedated, get dumped at the back of the car boot, right? Covered up so that they don't make noise and their smell don't throw us off.
So it's not just like a single actor like
It's a
acting on this,
group.
like it's an actual group of people that
Yeah,
is doing
so from what we understand, there's a spectrum of them. So most of the cases that we have come across are syndicated cases. Wow. But there are also individuals who decided to save some money, went over to Malaysia, buy the pets,
Yeah.
have them sedated and try to smuggle them over.
You cannot adopt a pet from Malaysia.
Well, you can, but there are some legal procedure that you have to do.
Because like different countries got different quarantine laws. I know like some countries they are like tier A or what, then you can bring in without quarantine, but other countries then there's quarantine.
And it costs money.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're just trying to avoid those fees.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know this.
What are some common ways that people try to smuggle things like you mentioned like cigarettes and vapes? Like do people put it in like the underwear and then you have to catch all?
Can catch me this kind of thing? Shit.
Yes, we can.
Don't try.
What?
Yeah. So let's say for cigarettes, most common way is they will modify the vehicle. So at the car side
cars.
panel, the
Extra
dashboard. So they'll make extra holes, areas within the side panels for you to put in the cartons of cigarettes.
That level of check doesn't happen to every single car.
Yeah.
So then how do you decide or determine that, okay, this car we're going to open everything, including the panels of the doors?
General intelligence,
Yeah.
general information where we say, hey, currently the modus operandi of the syndicates is this model of car. Let's look out for more of this model of car. Make further checks into them.
This syndicate wanted a bulk buy good deal rate on cars and they bought 5 of the exact same model. Wow, okay.
But don't private hire services, right, to get you from Singapore to Malaysia and back, right? They also, it's the same thing, right? It's the same models of cars, right? Like big batches also. So why not, if I was the syndicate, I just purchase the
Buy
same
Grab,
car as those transport services?
Right.
We have encountered smuggling attempts with such MPVs, and we have detected quite a few also.
Right.
So the level of thinking between the syndicate and you is quite.
Suspiciously
sus.
similar.
You are criminal
No, I have to
mastermind level.
catch. Things like them, then I can catch them. I guess. When these individuals are caught already, what happens to them then? Are they put immediately in some jail in at the checkpoint, or is there like
Is there a
further
jail at the checkpoint?
interrogation? Or
First of all, there's no jail in the checkpoint. We do have holding areas. We have a holding area, a secure area to hold the vehicle, and actually ICA conducts these checks on behalf of other agencies. So for example, cigarettes, that's on behalf of Singapore Customs, and drugs on behalf of Central Narcotic Bureau.
Okay.
So upon detection, we'll we'll immediately alert the agency and refer the case exhibits, the people, the vehicle to the relevant agency for their follow-up.
But that these are like, illicit goods to some extent, right? Like unduty paid cigarettes, drugs, etc. But there was a case of a woman who tried to bring in KFC. Also gonna stop. What's the reason for this?
We enforce that on behalf of Singapore Food Agency, SFA. So SFA have a list of food that's allowed to be brought in from West Malaysia.
I always buy banana cake come back.
Yeah lor.
From
Banana cake is alright.
No, but it's not poultry. Poultry is one of those
poultry.
control
Okay,
goods.
okay.
I think a lot of people didn't know about, and then when they read up the rules and realized, actually poultry is quite controlled. Are there anything else that is obscure that people don't realize are restricted?
Ooh.
Soy? Do you know where
Oh, yeah,
soy?
soy.
You can't bring soy in.
Wait, soy as in soya bean or soil as in...
Soil.
No soil.
Like ground soil?
Oh, just take from the floor, this one.
No, but Malaysia soil better.
Anywhere, huh?
It's
Malaysia soil
expensive.
better.
You go to nurseries here, soil is quite expensive compared to Malaysia.
True.
He was intending to just dig from the ground.
Cannot, and parks are illegal.
No. In my park downstairs, I cannot just...
Yeah.
What?
Catch you. Is that a problem?
What do you mean?
You try out?
It doesn't belong to you. You don't.
Okay. Next week we invite someone from NParks to
Natural
come.
resource, what? Okay.
Anything else that you think like people might not realize is actually restricted? Or in your experience have caught people and they thought, I thought
They genuinely don't know.
Generally is poultry products and soy. These are the two key ones that most people don't know. But of course, sometimes you catch people with secrets and then they claim that they don't know.
Okay, so there are some like myths, right?
Chewing gum.
Chewing gum can or cannot?
Cannot.
At all.
Cannot
Eat
bring
the
in.
chewing gum in my mouth.
Slap you.
No wait, I'm so confused. I thought they changed the rule.
You can consume it, but you cannot import it.
Okay, the second one is a lot of people think bring cigarette, open pack, remove 2 cigarette. Okay, cannot.
So 3
Shit.
can.
Any amount
Just
cannot.
any
lah.
amount?
Any amount cannot.
Even 1 stick also
Only
cannot.
1 stick also.
So if I were to bring it in, then what's the punishment?
Well, we'll refer to Singapore Customs, and they have their own matrix on what is the penalty on depending on how many times you have been caught.
Interesting.
How do you spot a fake passport? I always see movies, they like so easy only to make passport.
It's not easy to make a fake passport actually. There are quite a number of security features, all the way from the cover page to the biodata page to the inner pages.
Inner pages also have.
Yes, inner pages, the thread that we use, how we thread through the passport. They are all security features. So different passports from different countries. In fact, from the same country, you might have different versions. We do have some reference templates for our officers to compare them against.
Okay.
So our officers need to be quite familiar with those.
So which country's passport is the easiest to...
to duplicate.
This one you got to go to and check.
but you know lah.
Very vaguely know, yes.
Okay.
So wow, okay.
Asking the right question.
You really
For security reasons, yeah.
So moving this back a little bit to like ICA officers, right? I think we've spoken about whether you should like approach them while laughing or whatnot. And I think maybe it might be helpful because I found out that you guys do 12-hour shifts.
Yes, we do.
So actually, would it help if I approach you guys with a sweet or like a little joke?
I think in general, our officers appreciate when the travelers are just simply polite.
Because the sweet thing might be bribing.
Yeah, cannot sweet.
Oh
cannot sweet.
yeah, you cannot give government officials anything.
Yeah.
They have to declare.
Declare
Imagine one
government
Mentos. I think you just kill lah.
Then you give one more. Shake 2 times 2.
You mentioned about polite. That felt very personal. Did you come across any like experiences of very rude like people?
Unfortunately, we do come across rude travelers almost on the daily basis.
But like why? Like what kind of scenario? Like they just impatient? Is it?
Yeah, impatient. Ask you for a passport, they'll just throw a passport at you. When you want to do a proper face-to-face check, they're looking away and then ask you why it took so long. We do get
Childish, yeah. Can you look at me?
Yeah. I mean, when we look back, it sounds pretty funny, but this is something certainly that all our officers have experienced before.
Are you all trained not to smile?
No, we are not. In fact, we do have officers who are very polite and smile at travelers.
Every time I never gonna smile one. Every time I try to smile, hello, then they like.
No. But I would say that I say officers are polite. It's just that no smile, so you'll be scared still.
Oh, okay.
So it's check man, like you 12 hours.
I know, I understand, that's why I want to
you look at
smile.
how many faces you like.
It's not like this anymore.
Cannot be
it's like this.
right.
It's like this. Huh?
You try.
But we do have officers who, member of public have been writing in to compliment them for smiling. Yeah. And we do have such quite a number of such officers.
That's how
do I write
infrequent
in?
ICA officers smile. They get commended for smiling. But okay, those are like negative experiences, like rude. But do you have any like memorable
Nice
positive
ones.
experiences?
Probably a very, very memorable moment was I was commander twice when the Malaysian have their lockdown, movement control order, MCO.
MCO, yeah.
Yeah. That day was particularly memorable because it was in the middle of the week. And then suddenly at 12 noon, we have a crowd of Malaysian motorcycles trying to depart Singapore. And then by 5 p.m., the same crowd are trying to arriving back in Singapore. I remember very clearly that day we were clearing non-stop traffic until about 2 a.m. At 2 a.m., it felt very surreal. The whole day you will see the bridge full of cars and then suddenly it's just empty. Yeah. I recall very clearly one car coming over an empty second lane. It was a Singapore car. It stopped. Then I was there, so I stopped him and asked, just try to check the situation on the other side. How is it? Any more cars? When he said don't have. And he thanked the ICA officers for keeping the borders open.
Wow.
And him and his family were all in the car and helping them come home. And I think it really brings meaning to the job.
Yeah, it's insane because like it seems almost routine or like mundane, but like you guys are enabling people to see their families or to go home or to visit.
Yeah.
It's very akin to like I always love it whenever we fly home, right? And then on SIA, and then the captain will be like,
Welcome home.
yeah, to all travelers, welcome to
was like-
Singapore,
I
and
was
for all
sucker for that.
Singaporeans, welcome home. And it's like, wow. For you personally, like what's the hardest part of the job?
The challenge really for us is about finding that sweet balance between security and facilitation. In Woodlands Checkpoint, we have over 1,300 staff. That sounds a lot, but when you see how big Woodlands is, you have to split between arrival side, departure, car, motorcycle, bus. The number diffuses very fast. And then you are left with quite a small number at each zone. That's why we do have some challenges. Sometimes maintaining all our counters open at any one time.
So what I'm hearing is that the issues are manpower. So to help attract more people, right? Maybe you can share with us what's the average salary of an ICA officer? Maybe more people will come and join.
Well, I don't know the average salary of ICA officer, but I do know the average starting salary.
Okay, that's a good starting point.
The average starting salary for ICA inspector is over 5,000.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Like,
Wait. That means this is the person that scanned the passport there.
They will come in as a group leader first, so they will take care of a group of 4 to 5 officers. We do expect our inspectors to show leadership by example, including performing the roles that officers under them are expected to do also.
Right.
If you were to join us as a ICA inspector, there's a sign-on bonus of $15,000. And on top of that, every 4 years, there will be a milestone retention bonus.
oh,
And every year, they are entitled to mid-year and year-end bonus also.
okay. So if you want to leave on year 5, 9. okay. Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah, and then as for inspectors, for ICA sergeants, the sign-on bonus is $30,000.
Wait, whoa. But what's the difference? ICA inspector, ICA sergeant.
So ICA inspector are those who join us at graduate level.
Okay.
Whereas those below graduate level, say diploma or IT, they will join us as sergeants.
Okay.
So-
If I'm a sergeant in the army, right? Does it just translate?
I thought that was
If you're an
the...
officer, yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
And you're a degree holder.
Let me use that instead.
One very positive point about ICA career is the number of job roles that it brings you through. I had roles at ICA HQ doing project management.
Okay.
Also had a secondment to Ministry of Home Affairs. So I did policy related to border and transport security. Also had a short attachment to MFA or the United Nations General Assembly at New York City for 3 months. I also had the privilege of being sponsored for my full-time master's study. So I was away for a year, back to a student, before coming back to be deputy commander at airport.
Okay.
Then commander TWAS, and finally now full circle back to Commander Bullets.
How about people who like maybe want to do mid-career switch? Like if I suddenly want to join ICA now, will I have to start from scratch, or like are my skills transferable in any way?
Your image maybe need to.
The one day I wear a chain. I see.
I do have quite a wide spectrum of mid-career switches within Woodlands.
Okay.
So I have people who are former teachers, former air crew, former architects, accountants. We will join us as inspector. We'll start off understanding the basics also.
Okay.
So as a group leader at the checkpoint. Very different background.
Yeah.
But they are all doing well, and they bring different set of values to the systems.
So I know I touched a little bit about the 12-hour shift, right? But I didn't realize that if you look at it in an entire month, you only work for 15 days apparently.
Yes.
How does that work? That sounds like a holiday.
So how our 12-hour shift works is the day shift is 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
The night shift is 10 p.m. to 10 a.m.
Okay.
The shift pattern goes day, nights, off. So imagine today, we work 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
When we knock off 10 p.m. tonight, the next time I have to report is tomorrow 10 p.m.
Okay. So 24 hours later.
Yeah, 24 hours later. When you finish your night shift at 10 a.m., that's the third day. So from third day, fourth day, that's your off day.
48 hours lah.
Wow.
Yeah, 48 hours.
Like no bad only.
Another
Fish
good
to
thing
judge.
for our officers who do frontline work is that there's very good work-life balance because you can't bring work home. You cannot clear passports at home.
How we think, welcome back to you. Alright guys, that's it for today. This episode was brought to you by the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority. So a huge thank you to them and also to Commander Jackson for joining us for today.
Thank you.
We hope this episode has given you an inside look as to what a career in ICA could look like. And if you need more information, you can always head to the links down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this with your friends. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
So smooth, Dan. So smooth.
Like your skin.
No, like the checkpoint. Actually, since you work there, right, then lunchtime you go Malaysia, yeah.
Actually, yes.
Unfortunately, I don't, unless it's for reasons to meet up with my counterparts.
I always see that very cute. You guys give each other like cakes during like National Day. Or,
Oh
like,
yes, even before COVID, we have been sending them hampers for Hari Raya, and they've been sending us for say Chinese New Year. We started giving each other cakes for National Days.
It's so
I think
sweet.
2 years ago.
But they buy you 3 times the cake.
Arguably, it might taste better from there.
Salty.